Hello and welcome. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners. Procyon, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network and everything we do. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and Yukon legendary men's basketball player Jake Voskuhl. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large or small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, slip and fall, a car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut. He will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by Yukon legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, helps them reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. To work with the best, he has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut. Go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. All right, here we are for the MMA Report. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. With me as always, he trains, he teaches class, he beats that ass, he pounds it into submission afterwards. There's the double bicep pump. And, they beg for mercy afterwards, but Tyler gives no mercy. He is the CEO of Crown Sports and Entertainment, Tyler King. And
how are you guys?
He went 4-1 on his predictions for the main card of UFC 330, raising his record for the last 5 shows we've done to 87% winning. He has an 87% winning percentage. That is unbelievable. So, first of all, what?
Oh no, I'm better than everybody.
You are. We're well aware. Could just overall thoughts on the show.
Pretty damn good show. Not a humongous amount of name recognition, but
No.
I felt like some of the guys really like some of the fights were real. Every fight was entertaining, and I feel like some stars were made on this show. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. The gentleman who said, "Hey, do me in the top 15, or I'm
I remember that.
Wait, what's that?
I remember
it
him
wasn't
doing that.
It wasn't Jalen. It was
I thought it was Dustin.
Yes, you got it.
It was Dustin who did it.
No, not Dante. Neil Magny, Elijah. I'm sorry, I was looking at all the fights. Looking on Tapology.
I thought it was on the main card.
It was Jeremiah Wells.
Oh, okay. All right.
He was a plus 900 underdog and he
Yes.
I made some money on that one. But he was actually losing, pretty bad. He snatched that ninja choke, front the
Yeah.
front
Frank
guillotine with the bicep
explained
grip.
that.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the fuck he was doing, and Frank
Well, it's either
explained it to me.
it's called either a power guillotine or a ninja choke. I've seen
Oh, okay.
I'll give a shout out to Joe Giannetti, um, local to that you've seen, former fighter in the Ultimate Fighter. He pulled a guy to sleep with a ninja choke in a fight where he was, you know, I don't know what the official odds were, but a lot of people have him as the underdog. He sat that ninja choke, put the guy to sleep. Same thing that Jeremiah did. That was super impressive. Magny fought very well. Thought his fight was really good. Uh, Trayshawn Gore. Oh no, excuse me. I'm taking it back. Trayshawn Gore. It might have been Actually, no, it was Trayshawn Gore getting his Bob teeth knocked out and winning. Did he win with the knee? I'm trying to think, was it him or Jeremiah with the ninja choke? It might have been Trayshawn that got the ninja choke. But
I was not watching that early, so I apologize. I did not
all
see
right,
that.
a
I
lot.
remember the call out though. I thought it was I thought it was on the main card. That's why I said
Uh, oh, if it was, then it was
that's why I
that,
said I thought it
if
was
it,
Dante or not the other guy.
Trayshawn.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
you know what? Trayshawn won by decision. So no, it was Jeremiah that got the standing ninja choke.
Okay. And the other guy I have to say I was impressed with, which was shocking. I couldn't believe that Johnson won. Charles Johnson. I thought he was going to get
Really?
his head kicked in.
So, oh man.
He won by submission in the first
Oh,
round.
I know. It was very impressive. But again,
You
what
said
I
that
say,
about him.
yeah. Oh, I told you,
Yeah.
he's got skills. He's a weirdo, but that
Yeah.
weirdo can fight.
And I was also really impressed with Cheaty. And you talked about what an athlete he is.
Oh yeah.
And holy crap. I mean, he showed it. He really
Oh,
is an athlete out there.
he really did. And you know, it's one of those things like I talked about to kind of give it to like, all right, Joel, Mr. Alvarez, here's your shot. And she said, cool story. Watch this.
And I had talked to Frank afterwards, and he
Yeah.
agreed with your assessment. You had said that they're trying to make stars.
Yeah.
So some of the fights that they're pairing are not the best matchups for certain fighters. They're making them clearly because they want certain fighters to win.
Oh yeah, like that. But that's the story as old as time. That's the
Oh,
story as old as
okay.
time with fight promotion. So I
Oh,
mean, it's not like they're doing anything underhanded or dirty,
no, no, no,
but
no.
but like yeah, they're matching certain fights to either favor or push certain guys, and sometimes it's working out the way they want to. Other times, other guys are rise to the occasion. I'll Cheedy
Well,
and
yeah,
Charles and
Dustin did too.
Trayshawn. I was most impressed with Trayshawn
And
and
I, I
Jeremiah.
I argued with Frank about this. Maybe it's me, but I have just noticed since they have gone to Paramount Plus, it seems like there are way more finishes on the cards. There's not as many decisions. I mean, is it just me, or do you think that is true?
I they've been pushing this kind of, I don't want to say narrative, but kind of mindset that you got to finish fights. That's
Okay.
They've been pushing that for a while, and the age of guys winning decision after decision just isn't there anymore. Guys
No.
are trying to finish fights now, and honestly, I'm not 100% sure what's happened with the way they pay out fighters with this new Paramount deal. I mean,
Right, right,
I don't know what they're doing as far as the pay-per-views, as far as the headliners. Um,
right.
what they do in lieu of pay-per-view points now. Um, I do believe base salary has gone up, show and win. Because the thing is, they've already made their nut. They've
Yeah,
already got
they
the
got the billions. Yeah,
money in the bank. So,
yeah,
they're probably not they're not relying so much on, like I said, the pay-per-view model. But I bet
right.
a lot of the fighters bonuses and discretionary funds are based on what the UFC makes with the gate.
Yeah, yeah. I attribute it to like when the WWE went to the WWE network and cut out pay per views, and all the wrestlers were like, "How are we getting paid now?" Because you don't have the pay per view buys. But looking, I mean, the prelims, you mentioned a couple fights you liked,
Yeah, yeah,
obviously, and then going to the main card. You predicted this. Barboza, he lost. It was a second round TKO,
yeah, yeah,
which was expected. You said there was a lot of miles on him, and
yeah.
the other guy. I can't remember if the other guy, I can't say his name, Ribovics, didn't have a Wikipedia page
Revix.
or something. You mentioned,
Yeah,
I thought you mentioned something
yeah.
about that, but
No, yeah, he did.
you did pick him to win, and I thought he dominated. I thought he looked good.
100%.
And Barboza, I was he crying after the fight? I mean, was that
Yeah,
his last
he,
fight? Yeah,
oh yeah, he burst into tears and he
yeah,
retired. He pulled
that,
gloves off.
yeah. That's what I
Yep.
saw.
Yeah.
The second fight angered me. I was furious because Mansoor Abdul Malik, who you also thought was going to win, he lost in the second round by submission. He looked
Yeah.
completely outclassed. He completely looked outmatched.
Yeah.
Dustin just overwhelmed the hell out of him.
Yeah, agreed. Dustin, we talked about the experience gap there, and
Yes.
Dustin showed it's not always the case, but yeah, this time that experience gap really showed, and Dustin really took advantage. He was super effective, establishing his range, not letting Mansoor use his
No.
explosiveness. He yeah, just shut him down. Kind of systematically shut him down.
Oh yeah, he tore him apart. But
Yeah.
where do you think that puts Dustin in the middleweight division? I can't remember if it was him or somebody. I thought it was Dustin who said he'd like to see a number next to his name, like a
Yeah, I think
ranking.
yeah, he probably have the rankings. Number 27, like right now. Let me look at
Okay.
this. Okay. So yeah, he beat Joe Pfeiffer on the contender series, lost Kyle Dawkins, lost to Adolfo Vieira, lost to Gerald Mishart, beat
Yeah.
Dwight Grant. Then he's traded with. Nah, he's not there yet. He's had too many
Yeah.
losses.
He's 17-8. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. And that's,
He just when he came into the UFC, 3 losses in a row, then trading, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss,
very
loss,
inconsistent.
win. Yeah, exactly. He's just too up and down. He's not ready to be ranked yet.
Yeah. And I saw Abdul Malik's highlights. I thought he looked impressive, but
Yeah,
he definitely is inexperienced, and it showed.
mhm,
So
exactly.
the next fight was another one, Jalen Turner against Kai Fernandez, and
Yep.
you again. You talked about Turner's athleticism,
Mhm.
um, and Fernandez 11-3, a Brazilian. I can't remember if he had a Wikipedia page or not, but
Yeah.
Turner was, I believe, a heavy underdog here. and he came out with the victory in the first round with a knockout.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I was
very
shocked.
impressive. Very impressive knockout. Very,
Yeah.
very nice padding to the wallet for me there. I made a lot of money on some of these underdogs.
I
A
know
lot of
you
these,
did, and I'm pissed off because I didn't think you
why?
picked Turner. Because I on the show I don't think you picked Turner. I think you had liked Fernandez. You said Turner had a lot of miles on him, and I believe he was old.
I don't know.
No, he's not older. Okay, it wasn't
I
him.
don't know if I said a lot of miles. I said more fights, more
You
experience.
had talked about him beating Barbosa, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he came out strong. Like that was shocking how fast the knockouts were.
We
Um,
knocked it. I mean, this is his second knockout in a row.
yeah,
And you
yeah.
again, like you look at his last three wins. He's not. I mean, he's
Maybe it
lost
was
two.
him.
He lost two in a row, then won two in a row. But you got to look at these names. He knocked out
Yes.
King Green, knocked
Yep.
out
Bobby
Edson,
King Green. Yep.
and knocked out Fernandez. This guy looking pretty promising for him. You know,
Maybe it was him that said he'd like to see a number next to his name.
I believe it.
I
Yeah,
remember
actually,
somebody
that
did. I was shocked.
like that actually makes sense. I mean, you look at the fights.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. The only really bad loss is a ground and pound loss to a Money Moicano.
Right.
He got submitted. He got submitted by Ignacio Bahamas. Man, like that's I don't really look at that like a bad loss. Lost a split decision to Hooker. Lost a split
That's
decision to
right.
Gamrot.
You talked
But
about
like
that. Yeah.
all his wins are super quality.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Rogan asked him, like, who do you want to fight after this? Do you think you deserve a championship fight or something? And his response was, I just want to see a ranking, a number after my name.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and he's in a really challenging division. So
Of course he is.
he showed his stuff. I was impressed with him.
Mm-hmm.
The straw weight title fight. Okay. Mackenzie Dern.
All right.
I will have to agree with you on all fronts about the badonkadonk on Mackenzie. I was in awe of her. Now, I was arguing with.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll add.
I was in awe, and I was.
Tell me about the argument in a second. The one thing I will say is, I think. No, I will say, as far like we'll talk about the performance of the fight, but I will say I think this is the best I've ever seen a female fighter look just aesthetically before a fight. Like Mackenzie walked out, she looks like she is a beautiful. And like I'm not saying like look, we're being guys, the guys being dudes, talk about like her masterpiece
I mean,
of an ass. But she's a beautiful woman. She's better looking than Paige. She is a beautiful woman. And I give her.
I agree.
She's a beautiful woman. She's a mom, and she is a fucking. Just, I don't know if I can say prodigy. She's very, 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 very elite as a fighter.
I mean, she is on Dakota Dechava's level of looks. So Frank and I argued Jillian Robertson. Okay. First of all, I didn't like her because she's a ginger and a fake ginger with the red hair.
And she's Canadian.
And she's Canadian. That's why I was against her. And Mackenzie Dern completely does speak with a fake Brazilian accent.
I know. Isn't it great? Isn't it great?
I heard it. Yes. When I heard her interview, you can blatantly hear the English, the American in her, and then she'll go.
She's speaking like Portuguese Spanglish.
And Frank is like, well, she's from Portugal, and she grew up in Arizona, So
I
she's
don't
got
think
a
she's.
mix.
I don't think she's from. Is she from Portugal?
She is from Portugal, but grew up in Arizona. I mean Brazil. I'm sorry, she's from Brazil, but she grew up in Arizona. So that's why Frank thought it was real, but I could tell like there's no way that accent was real.
Oh yeah,
She would just mix it in, and it just cracked me up because
yeah. She like
I
I'm
was
looking at her
looking for
topology.
it.
I'm looking at her topology right now. Born in Phoenix, Arizona,
Right,
fighting out of Los Angeles with a
right,
Brazilian flag next to her
right.
name.
Exactly, exactly. And when she was interviewed, because you had said that, I was listening, and I 100% heard a fake Brazilian accent. It was just unmistakable, and it was so bad. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how anyone couldn't tell that. Like she just throws it in there.
Well,
But
it just
like
part
why?
like it's just it's a thing. No, bro. It's just like in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, especially with Brazilian teams and Brazilian coaches. Like we've seen, do we like and this is it gets kind of dark. Like we've seen some grooming scandals in the
Oh
past
yeah.
year and a half.
Yeah.
But a lot of these associations will get like almost fanatical and the
Really?
students get oh yeah, students get like fanatically assimilated and get results like this.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense then. So Frank and I argued because when I watched this fight, Mackenzie Dern looked 20 pounds heavier than Jillian Robertson by the time of the fight. Jillian Robertson looked like she was 100 pounds. She looked completely outmatched. She looked like, she's a striker. She didn't look like she could do anything
And
to hurt Mackenzie.
Mackenzie looked thick with three C's.
Yes, very thick, but she was all over her. Like, I mean, she was so close to
Listen, like
submitting her.
yeah, oh, very close. Again, like Jillian's a black belt too, but this shows there are
Oh,
levels
she is.
to yeah, but this shows there are levels to the black belt game. Like
Yeah,
I
I
said
mean,
before,
not even
like I've
close.
said, like I've said before, Mackenzie is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. I mean, having
Right.
gone through the IBJJF Nogi World Championships myself as a brown belt, and then U.S. Nationals as a black belt. It's a different type of pressure. You get just the best in your division, skill level, whatever. Um, so the fact that Mackenzie can dominate at that level, like it just in mixed martial arts, it'll just translate because most of the time in mixed martial arts, the grappling isn't the level of grappling is as high as it is at like a
Yeah,
IBJJF World Championship.
correct. You have mentioned that, but Jillian looked completely outmatched. Like
Uh, no,
I,
I
I
yeah,
didn't see
outmatch.
anything
I
from
was
her.
the word I was thinking was outclassed.
That too. I mean, she didn't look like she belonged in this fight. And I
Yeah.
know she was on a 5-fight win streak, but she looked emaciated, very undersized,
Mm.
and Mackenzie just had her way with her.
Yeah, she kind of did.
And for her first title defense, I thought she looked great. I wish she had gotten the finish. She was close so many times, but she just didn't lock in. She was trying for an armbar, Frank said. She was trying
Yeah.
for a guillotine choke. And then I think he said like a scissors something. I can't remember. But
She had a weird triangle. She had a it
yes,
was a
the
weird
triangle.
triangle.
That's what he said.
It wasn't a conventional triangle. It was from like the back, and I think she locked it up in a transition. And again, I mean that shows like Jillian is a black belt because she survived some
She did.
pretty shitty positions. But
She did.
again, McKenzie was just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the end of one round saved Jillian. I thought Mackenzie would have gotten the
Yeah.
finish. She had
Oh
10 more
yeah.
seconds.
No, when
I remember
she was
that.
saved by the bell. I remember that too. Yes.
Yeah. So great win for Mackenzie Dern, and everyone's talking about the next fight is going to be with Zhang. Do you
Oh
agree
yeah. Yes. That's the
that's who
fight.
they go with?
That is the fight to make.
Yeah, that's a money fight. That's a money fight for sure.
Yeah. And I mean,
So
I did Whaley leave to have a kid, I believe.
yes, I believe that is true. Correct. Yes.
Mhm.
Um, the main event, welterweight title fight, Islam against the Cuck. And I listen, I gotta say, and it pains me, Tyler. I have to say, it pains me to say, I give the Cuck a lot of respect.
I don't.
He fought well. I mean, he did damage to Islam.
Eh,
He did. He
so
did some damage to Islam.
I mean, I think didn't one judge I think two of the judges gave him 1 round and one of the judges gave him 2 rounds, right?
I mean, I see 48, 47, 49, 46, 49, 46, the 3 rounds for Islam. So maybe he did
Yeah.
get 2 rounds.
So again, so yes. So no. One judge gave him 2 rounds. One
Oh,
judge,
okay.
excuse me. One judge gave him 2 rounds. Two judges gave him 1 round. And
Okay.
that's about what I saw. Like
Yes.
it wasn't like a really strong performance. And
It was tough for Islam. It was tough.
I mean, part of me thinks Islam just kept on the feet a lot to prove a point.
Yeah, no, I agree. And a lot of the pundits said that Islam struggles at middleweight or at welterweight because of his
Well,
size.
the guys are bigger. Islam
Yes.
needs to get a little bigger. Like just
Well,
he's
yes,
fighting bigger guys.
exactly. They said that he struggles as a welterweight to get it. His wrestling saves him, and he was better as a lightweight. Was he a lightweight?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, they were saying, but as a lightweight, it was hard for him to make 170. He looked
Yeah.
really heavy at 170. This fight, he definitely took control. He got a ton of takedowns. Machado had very good takedown defense, but Islam still got 7 of them.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
kept control, put the pressure on. I thought Machado's striking ability was good, but like you said, he was not powerful enough to do damage to Islam.
Yeah, like Islam. I think Ian was wearing they actually both kind of looked like they neither one of them was really marked up, you know.
Islam had a couple marks on his face, but Ian did not look marked up at all.
No, and honestly,
Islam was close to
I
getting it.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with Dana though. Like Ian Gary has no killer instinct. Like try to dry hump him before the start of the 5th round. Oh, let's have him not fast. Like I've always hated
that pissed me off. I didn't like that
bro.
either.
Oh, dude, I don't even
I was shocked to see it.
bro. I wouldn't even touch gloves before a fight.
He's looking to
So
hug and
yeah, no. So if I've had fights where they bring us to the center and they're right there. I'll touch gloves there. Before
yeah,
a fight,
yeah.
before a fight, I would not touch gloves. You can
Really?
go on YouTube. Oh no, guys would give me this. I just shake my head. There's no touching gloves for a fight. Hell that. And then, dude, I had one where a guy kicked me in the balls and then punched me after I got kicked in the balls. And then, like, afterward, and you can see it, like, I remember I'm in the cage. I can hear people yelling. And then I was like, okay, my balls are good. I'm not tired at all. He's super tired. Let's go. Let's put pressure on him. And he came out and like gave me one of these to like touch gloves on. You could see me like shake my head. Guys. We're fighting. This is life and death in my
Yeah.
head.
No, I
I am
agree.
not. We're not friends. We're not friends. Fuck
I,
off.
I agree. You're in the Coliseum. When I
Yeah.
saw, Machado like wanted to hug and jerk each
Hey, let's
other
be
off before the
friends.
round.
Let's be
Yeah,
friends.
I
And
love
then
you.
like,
Just
oh,
a great
and
fight.
then there was like backstage. He got to like a little. I was on an altercation, my discussion with another contender at 170, and like he's like, you got it all, man. You're so talented. You're so good. Just keep getting better. It's like, bro, no one needs any self help from you. Like
Yeah, I didn't
your
like that.
your
That's
wife's
ridiculous.
ex your wife's ex husband lives in your house.
Yeah, that
Your
tells the
wife's
story.
your wife's former husband lives in the house with you, and he's your nutritionist. Like the
Come on,
last
man.
person on the UFC roster to be giving out life advice is Ian Machado Gary.
But I mean, you got to say that Islam made his case for being one of the greatest fighters of all time. He broke the
I
record,
mean,
17 title
yeah,
wins.
but like this fight
It
was kind of
wasn't in
pedestrian.
dominant fashion.
Like
It
especially
was. It
his
was.
last,
Yes.
like even like he was, you could say dominant in his last few fights. Like kind of dominant in this one. He was pretty dominant over Jack Della Maladena, but like they're both still kind of pedestrian wins. Like
Yeah.
I would
And that's
like it.
exactly what
No,
was
no.
said.
So you look at a fight like his fight versus Volkanovski, the second one, the first one, you give him credit for surviving that fourth round or fifth round, whichever round it was, we got his back taken. And then, in the rematch, the spectacular head kick knockout, you give him credit. Like, you give him credit. Those are impressive wins. These last two are just, you know, I give him all credit in the
And
world. He's fighting the best guys in the world. But for him, for the GOAT conversation, rather pedestrian.
people agree and said, the last two wins had both been decisions.
Yeah.
And he definitely looked like he was struggling to do anything. He was
Mhm.
working to get inside, working to get control, working to get submissions, but he couldn't lock it in. And he didn't seem comfortable on his feet as a
Yeah.
striker
I would
because of his
agree with
size.
that.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
But
But he
all
did
those
win
all those Dagestani wrestlers never look quote comfortable on the feet.
on their feet, correct. But, from what ESPN says, is the difficulty of Islam's path makes up for fewer title wins. He's not a prototypical welterweight. He would be perfect for a 165-pound division. But as it is now, he noticeably depletes himself to make 155 and is noticeably small at 170. So,
Blah 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 blah. Listen, he's like not a giant 170, and he probably should get a little bigger,
yeah,
but I don't see it as this David and Goliath situation that the pundits are making it out to be.
I don't either. I don't either. But they're saying, he's 0-2 on finishes at welterweight. There's a good chance that that's the new normal. And hopefully, casual sports fans will not hold it against him because keeping welterweights at bay is more impressive and does more for his resume than his finishes at lightweight did.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
don't
I
agree with
agree.
that. You do agree with that.
I
Okay.
do tend to agree with that.
So they're saying, I know you got it run. Prates is possible for his next fight.
I again, like I've spoken about, I think it should be Shavkat, but if he's not ready, yeah, Prates.
Okay. I think that would be great if they do it that way. They also mentioned Morales, Michael Morales. Do you agree that he's in
Don't
that
dis.
conversation?
He's in the conversation, but I mean, I think he should probably. I think Morales was the one that was speaking with Ian Gary backstage. Um, I think.
No
Oh,
way.
by
That
the
was him.
way, I think so. He looked like a dude. He looked like a fucking unit. If Ian Gary's ready, I think him versus Morales would be a good fight. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah,
So that's where you would go with Gary.
yeah.
I mean, what about Jillian? Where do you see her going?
Uh, luckily, I have the rankings page up.
Yeah,
Uh, dude, is Jillian even ranked? Where was she ranked? Okay, she was six.
yeah. I mean, she got the fight because she won 5 in a row.
All right, I'll
And
tell you. No, I'll tell you right now. Tatiana.
oh, I'd like to see that.
I'd say
If they,
probably Tatiana Suarez.
I like that. I like that too.
Probably
Um,
Tatiana Suarez. Tatiana,
I
she
like
deserves a
that.
title shot. She also deserves a title shot, but
I,
we'll see.
I like that. So Dana White's Contender Series starts up, and then I just wanted to ask you because I thought this was interesting. PFL has a
Yeah.
fight coming up August 22nd, and the main
Mhm.
event is Cyborg
Yeah.
versus Caitlin Vieira, who I've never heard of. I just your thoughts there. Cyborg has been, dominating in PFL. Do you think that
hmm
she continues?
Um, who's she fighting again?
It's Caitlin Vieira,
CAT.
Ketlen. It's spelled weird. Ketlin, and then it's Vieira, Vieira. So
All right.
she's
So,
16-6. It just seems like a weird matchup, but I know they don't have a deep roster.
yeah, exactly. They see they PFL's made so many mistakes as
Yes.
far as using the talent they have. But again, the word on the street is this is going to be Cyborg's last fight.
Really?
Yeah,
She
that's the
she's she's gonna
yeah,
retire.
that's the word on the street.
Just out of curiosity, do you know how old Cyborg is?
I believe she's 40.
Oh, okay. That's interesting that she would retire. Okay, so overall UFC 330, what do you grade it?
Solid B plus.
Solid B plus. I like Paramount
Yeah,
Plus. I think they do a great job.
they
Um,
actually the content do like I do like the
it
earlier
seems
start
like it's
time.
faster paced. Yeah, Frank
Yeah,
said that too.
the earlier start time is huge. By the way,
Yeah, and I thought they get the fights out at a faster pace. It was a good main card. They didn't
yeah,
have a ton of prelims, but overall very good. But yeah, the fighter pay
yeah.
will be interesting to see. And then the other thing I asked you, do you think Tom Aspinall is purposefully holding out?
Um, I
Because
think Eddie
Eddie
Hearn.
Hearn won.
I think Eddie Hearn is doing what he does as a manager to get his client the most amount of money possible.
Yeah, he wants to get him paid. He wants to get
Yeah,
him paid. All right.
yeah.
And then MVP PFL, we'll see what happens with that. And if, their contract with ESPN gets renewed. Zuffa Boxing, they have a show coming up. It's probably going to be terrible, but we'll see. But great
No, there's some.
analysis.
I think there's some names on that Super Boxing show.
Oh, there are. Okay.
I think the top of I think the main events. Shoot.
Are they on Paramount Plus or ESPN?
I believe they're on Paramount Plus, but I could
Okay.
be wrong.
Because I haven't watched an event, so I'd like to see how they are. Have you watched any Zuffa boxing?
One sec. I haven't sat down and watched a card, but
Right.
I've like peeped a couple times. You know, I've never been like I'll watch boxing where I know the guys. I'm not as nearly as a hardcore fan the way I am for MMA.
No, I mean, I used to love boxing when, it was Holyfield, Tyson, there were big names. Now you don't know anyone, and there's 45 different belts at different weight classes. So, but great job, great analysis, great picks. And the Contender Series is starting up. Very excited for Ozzy. Hope he trains
Oh yeah.
and does well. And
Wait, you hope he, dude, that kid's a machine.
Frank didn't
Um,
understand what I was telling him.
what?
The Ozzy is fighting Dana White's assistant, correct? You said that?
So basically, the
I was trying to
guy that
explain it.
the guy that Ozzy's fighting, what's his name? Trey, Trey, or yeah, he's like a 6'3" welterweight. I've been doing a scouting report. He's a beast actually. But yeah. No, he is an executive assistant at
In the UFC.
yes, exactly. He is one of the assistants to he's like an assistant to Dana White's assistant.
Oh wow. Okay, so he's got power. That's interesting. But
No, he doesn't have power. He's like a gopher for a gopher. But
but
he's like, known and he's like a favorite in the office.
and he does fight on regional promotions
Yeah.
as well.
And he got a shot. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your analysis. We'll talk more. We'll take a look at the Contender Series and Fight Night. So great job, Tyler King.
Thank you.
He teaches class, trains, teaches more class, beats ass, pounds it into the ground afterwards. There's a double bicep pump. Steve Kelly, best podcast host in the universe. Remember, life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.